Hello, everybody. I wanted to take a minute or two of your time and go over how to access subject material in the library. Now, whether or not you're going to be doing a straightforward research paper or a service learning paper, perhaps where you interview someone who's providing a service, you're going to need to ground your research in research, essentially. There'll be an element where you'll do a brief literature review. And a number of people were struggling with different links and so forth from the library. So please, before you get started, review the specifics there in the first couple. It's in week 1 and then later on in week 2 for how to get started with your research paper and to choose a topic. Okay, do not wait. We are already in the very tippy top of week 3 out of 12 weeks. At the end of this week, we'll be a quarter done with the class. So please don't fall behind. Okay, you'll have an opportunity this week and last week and this week to submit versions of your paper coming up. I think that they were due, and I need to review those. But you need to do that as soon as possible. That said, let's go on and take a look at how to do library research remotely from the Sinclair website. Right. Now, I've gotten this tab up. You should be able to, you have a way to install, and I would highly recommend it, a library tab on your home page, your Sinclair home page. That's before you log into the class, etc. So I've, it's up here. You'll see a student version that says show. Well, this is compact mode, but it will allow you. This one over here will allow you to add more to the view. It's going to give you a list. Okay, and somewhere down here, there's a library link. It's already been added, but you'll click the add to tab here, library link, and that's exactly what you want to do if you don't already have that on your home page. Okay, please put it on your home page because it's just easier to get to. I can't rearrange a lot of these or delete them. So I've got kind of a bit of clutter, but please, the first thing you need to do is add that library link. Now, I'm going to go to the library search tool. I'm going to use a topic that Tarakat, one of your colleagues in this our 2 sections of this class had indicated that she's going to do for her research project. It was a case study of a family that was adopting out of a foster care environment, right? So I'm just going to use this as an example. Okay. So you've clicked on the library home site. Go down here. Now, this gives you a number of options. Please, unless you know specifically what you're talking about, let's start with keyword. Okay? So I'm going to type in adoption from foster care. Okay? And I'm going to type scholarly peer-reviewed full text online. Why? Well, okay, the WorldCat, which is the library search engine, is going to give you every single article on this that you can think of, and there are thousands of them. So by doing this immediately, right, you're going to narrow it down. I'm also going to go over here and click articles. Okay. Let's see if this is going to give me okay, full text and scholarly or peer-reviewed journals. Okay, so I'm going to click search. And the library website is here. Now, you've got 8,982 articles down here. Whoa. Okay. What am I going to do? What to do to narrow this is this. You're going to want to narrow your focus. Now, we've got publication all the way from 1945 to 2020. A rule of thumb when you're reviewing current literature is to make sure the literature is current. So the best way to narrow this down is to go over here to your left column, slide this bar along under where it says publication date, and go move forward in time. And I'm going to get up here to about to 2010, 2020. Generally, an excellent rule of thumb here is to, and I'm going to log in. You want to make sure, and I got to log in using my Sinclair username, right? So be aware of that link. That was a little hidden blue message up here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. It's still thinking. Okay, now, and so why did I log in, you ask? Well, basically, okay, by logging in, it gives me and it will give you access to the research articles, okay? Now, there are a lot of there are a lot of different articles, and so you're going to have to go through it. Over here, you can get down to academic journals, magazines, foster care, and you can even get more fine grain, because it's going to give you all of the articles that have to do with with this issue, adopting from a foster care context into an adoptive family context. It's increasingly important, okay? So basically, what I would suggest is narrow it down. I'm narrowing it further. I click geographies, and I've narrowed it down to the United States, okay? Okay, here we go. This is transgender adults. This is abuse. I'm not quite sure. There's art therapist, okay? Adoption and foster care, okay? Straightforward enough, okay? The Journal of Gender and the Law. Let's take a look. Then click full text finder. It's usually going to give you two options, okay? I'm not liking that. Get out of here. Let's click adoption and foster care, okay? And we want it full text, so there should be, it may take us there immediately, okay? Unfortunately, this is not an article that we have. What you will find when you look is here, okay, you're going to see full text articles down here. Medical complexity, LGBTQ, here's the therapy, okay, children removed, okay, civil unions, risk factors. You're going to have to, even with this, okay, you're going to have to do a look at the the literature to narrow it down, okay? Some of these are pretty dark. Okay. International adoptions is an issue. There are a lot of Americans who adopt children from. I've known people who have adopted children who were in foster care in from Guatemala, which has since been kind of closed, and from the People's Republic of China also, which has since been kind of curtailed. So a lot of, after adoption, re-entry after adoption, here we go, from foster care to adoption and guardianship, a 21st century challenge. This is probably the first article that I've seen, and I'm at number 26, that would specifically address a family that's going through a relatively, if there is such a thing, normal version of adoption from adopting a foster care child into a fully adopted child. Okay, so we're going to go down here. There's two options we have: HTML full text and PDF. Let's click on HTML. Okay. Now, here's the cool thing about using HTML. You get the full article here, right? Okay, and it's going to tell you, you're going to want to do. You can do a couple of things here, right? First, you can email it to your own account. I'm going to go over here, email to, and I'm going to go. Okay, I'm emailing it to myself, foster care. Okay, test. Okay, and I can send that. Okay, so that's been sent. Okay, okay, great. I'll check that later. The next thing you're going to need to do in this tools column, which is excellent, is to cite it. Remember that for every piece of work we do, this is not a class on opinions or notions or how you feel. Those are all very important, but this is a class in systematic research. So in order for you to do a good literature review and to support whatever assertion you make in your research based on the literature, the extant peer-reviewed literature that's out here now, you're going to want to go down here and go cite. So I've got somewhere I've got an endnote here, but you don't need to, EBSCO Connect, okay. I don't know. I mean, this is, for some reason, they give you two things: Brazilian National Standards and American Medical Association. Neither of one really what we're concerned with, but for our purposes here, this is just like APA. Now, what I would recommend that you do is just do Control-C and copy that and go over, and I'm going to open up a new document over here, a blank document. Move that over here, and then I'll hit Control-V, and voila! You've got your research, your citations done, and I'm not going to save this in perfect format, okay? And it's not letting me close it, yada, yada, yeah, finally did. Okay. That way you can build up a good list of citations in your reference section. And then you can just go Rolock et al., what year was this? 2020, really fresh data. And you got your, when you're citing it in your paper, you should put a citation in your paper that directs you to the references. And here you got the entire text of the article. You can email it to yourself. And after you found a reasonable number of articles, I'm not asking you to be exhaustive. It should be maybe anywhere between 3 to 5 articles, and you're going to be just fine. But make sure, don't just hit me with the first 3 that pop up. Make sure you read the articles and tie them to your subject. Okay. Adoptive families for children, finding, supporting. Here's another one. Okay. And then down here, of course, you're going to navigate over to. You can maneuver over to this way, and you're going to see a lot of topics. But what you're going to need to do, right, is to read through. Look. It's as much an art as it is a science. You can't, ask me, what exactly am I looking for? You will have to do a little reading on your own. Okay? But this way, everything is narrowed down. You've got stuff. You know what it looks like. HTML full text is the way to go, I think. Or you can also, I don't know, there's some articles which are just PDF articles, but I would go with full text, okay? See, this one doesn't have full text. If it just says full text finder, you're not going to find it. Please don't tell me you can't find anything. There's a ton of stuff here, okay? And so, then we get down here to sometimes all we have are PDF. If you've got HTML is ideal because you can then cite while you write, as you move along. And then you basically have a solid groundwork, but make sure that the articles that you select tie into your subject. Okay? I hope this is useful for you all. We'll be working through this, and please feel free to email me after you've watched this video with any questions you might have. Okay, thanks.